I sometimes feel like Viv is David Copperfield. He shows us some amazing stuff, and I think sometimes, and him and his team have been working tirelessly. If you were ever involved in sports, you understand the concept and the importance of hustle. Hustle is really, really important in life, in business. Viv and his team have been running at a pace that is crazy to be able to bring this product to you. So then we come to them with the idea of creating a training session. So in the midst of all of their hustle to operationally improve their product and bring it to market, we recognize that there's a huge need that folks need to start using this. So they have to hustle additionally to create an educational program that begins to let folks that are using it know how to use it and to do it in a way that makes sense for everyone. So sometimes the greatest magicians perform their amazing feats and the audience doesn't really respond. They don't really know what to do with it because they know they've seen something amazing, but they're still trying to wrap their mind on, hey, how did he do that? And how does that work? So sometimes I get that feeling when Viv shows the volume of work that's necessary to bring this product to you in its current form is unbelievable. Here's the other thing I want to tell you. This is the great equalizer for every company in this room. Your biggest competitors have a huge sales advantage when they can provide data to their sophisticated and increasingly sophisticated customers. And that's a huge sales advantage over most folks. The fact that large, medium, and small distributors can have access to this type of program for the cost of providing data is unbelievable. This puts you on an even playing field with folks that only the likes of McLean can provide in terms of data. You're able to provide your customers with a level of data, whether they use it or not. It's a huge differentiator for you in your companies. Would you agree with that? Okay, so if that's the case, then it's not just possessing it and having it on the shelf and putting it on your company brochure that says we provide it, but it's going to require a little bit of time and resources for you to dig down into it and start using it so that it's not just a bullet on the company brochure that says we can do this, but it's actually educating your customers out as to how that means more money for them. So anyway, what I'd like you to do is for Viv and Kathy and Jeff and Bill, them representing the team that's behind them that's creating this, I want you to pretend like you just saw David Copperfield's greatest act, and I want you to respond accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your gratitude and appreciation to the folks at InfoMetrics.
Viv, I'd like to sign up exclusive for North Carolina and South Carolina.
So one of the conditions that Greg imposed on me is you can't speak for more than 15 minutes after that. You got to start really working on things. So again, good morning. Glad you're all here. We're all excited. This is the first time I think we've had a chance to. I'm going to take a test drive, really getting on the system, reading it up, reading the tires down, and there's a lot of new stuff that we're going to introduce today.
Right, especially, at least a decent description and the UPCs. And your buyers should be able to tell the vendors, the manufacturers, I'm not
Back to
ordering
the
that.
screen now.
How can you
And this is really where it gets very useful. So we're looking at the total warehouse, right? I mean, a total distributor. This distributor has 3 warehouses. We set it up as 3 warehouses, warehouse 1, 2, and 3. If you had only one, you pick your one. So I'm going to pick warehouse 1. And so within a second or two, you can do that too. This one here is hour date and year date, and it's to show performance of your individual stores. Okay, so I'm going to go from there now. We're finished with what we call a brand review, and I'm going to leave you with this basic thing. What the brand review allows you to do is say, what are my top selling items or brands or categories for a given warehouse or a given store? So you could just pick anything you want and get your top selling licensing category across all stores, all categories. See up here, on the top here, you see all categories, all subcategories, all vendors. So you're looking at all your, the stuff that, to think about the way is, these are called spin buttons. You can rotate, slice and dice your data based on the spin buttons, right? So that's how you look at it. Now if I go in here and I click on the total distributor, I think you folks want to look at. If I go and click on Ohio, I'm going to get this whole list of your top selling customers in Ohio. So Keith Dutchess, this 170,000 quarter date sales, followed by Piketon Dutchess, and so on and so forth. So in a second,
I know we've covered a lot of ground in a short 2.5 hours. We probably have another hour each with you folks. I hope though that this has provided two things. First, give you an idea of the depth and breadth of what you have access to today. Second, I hope it's really, and really to me, this is my litmus test. Have you all, I want to raise your hand. Is this easy or not? Except for the program stuff. Is this easy or not for you to get at? Can you please raise your hands? Because I really want to know, do you feel it's easy or not? Okay, that's 60%. So,
well, we were confused by the question. Is it easy or not? I don't know. So let's just carve it out to one. Is it easy?
Is it easy? Yes.
I'm going up a little.
I want to say one thing. The reason for the easy part of it is this. There is no, and if you don't mind me being a little, I'm an old guy, and take some liberty in saying this. If you don't click on this thing once a week, then I'm going to say shame on you. And I know some of you probably say, who the heck is he to say that? But all I'm saying is there's value here. And what we want to prove to you is it's easy and that you ought to look at it once a week at least. There's some value here, folks. The more you use it, the more value we get in terms of saying, you folks are using this and getting value and getting better, and we get better. Because the more you use it, the more you're going to ask us questions. What about this? What about that? And as we add more stuff, 2-3 years from now, the journey becomes very enriching. The purpose of this, thanks to Greg, meeting was indeed to say, hey, look, this has been out there for 9 months, let's start playing with it. And hopefully this forum, this session, has given each of you an opportunity to look at it and see how easy it is to use and see the capability. And now it's up to you folks to really go and play with it.